I have a little bit of news I wanted to share with you, and that's partly why I haven't been active here for so long on my super private channel, on my personal channel, I should say. Julia and I have finally moved. Yes, it's the on again, loud. It's the on again, off again move that was on again, and finally we have bitten the bullet and moved. So as I'm recording this video, pretty much all our possessions are already in the new apartment. And the good news is I haven't moved. I've mentioned this on a stream and on to my supporters, as well as I think there's a free Patreon post you can check out with more details of plans. And of course, they've all been waylaid already in this time. As things happen so fast, you know what it's like. So yeah, we've moved, but we've moved from one apartment to another, which is literally one road next to the one that we've currently been living on. So that was kind of cool. We could literally go through the back alley of our old house into the new house, and we didn't need a removal van. There was no drive involved. And today I think we're cleaning up the last bits and pieces in the old apartment, and it's really nice actually. So I'm super happy with the new apartment. It's the same rent, it's slightly, I think, same square footage, but the layout is a little bit different. We're losing one of the two bathrooms, which is a shame. I'm kind of losing my streaming studio, which used to be a separate room. So I'm now going to be a bedroom streamer. But that's not necessarily something people should see, because I've invested into one of those screens that comes up behind me. So it's kind of a little room divider, and I've tested the setup already. It's gonna work. I think it's gonna work really well. I've downsized my desk a little bit. It was a very large, very deep glass desk with 3 monitors, and we just don't have all that much room. So we've decided to throw those desks away and get some that are a little less deep. So instead of 80 centimeters deep, these are now 60 odd centimeters deep. One for me and one for Julia. And we've really got really comfy chairs that fit in nicely into the white decor of the new place. So I'm excited about it. And the other important thing for me is that we were able to upgrade our internet connection. So historically, in the building that we lived in, we only had the choice of one provider, and that's the one that you just, take it or leave it, basically. And there used to be two. One was AT&T, that was traditionally the copper line, and ADSL speeds were terrible. So we went for the one that has that was traditionally the coax TV provider, so to say, and never bought a TV package for them, but that is really what they do. Breezeline, or they used to be called Atlantic Broadband. And the trouble with them was that when you buy a package like 200, 300, 500 meg down, you only get 10% of that speed back as upload, so it's not symmetrical. And that's of course a problem, because I'm less concerned about the download speed. I'm more concerned about the upload speed, because I need to deliver data rather fast, and that was never really possible. And if there is a congestion, so I think I had 20, 25 up, and then 250, 300 down on Breezeline, and that worked. But when there was a little congestion on the line, you get the buffering, and it's not good. So our new provider is now Google Fiber. We have a choice between them and Google Fiber, so Breezeline versus Google Fiber. And I thought, hey, Google Fiber has no annual contract, so we thought we'll give them a go. And the technician came last week or 2 weeks ago, and he wired it all up, and that was a really interesting experience. So it is physically a different line going into the house. So we have 2 lines, and in our apartment I could have either or. So I decided, Google Fiber, let's give it a go, and did a speed test, and it's amazing. It's literally a gigabit up and down. It's a gig line up and down. It's symmetrical. So if I now have like 800 meg down, I also have 800-900 meg upload speed, which is insane. That sounds super fantastic, and it is as well. I'm hoping it is. The slight downside is, of course, that is at the modem. So I want to avoid putting wires down, so that we don't have to put wires all over the apartment like I had in my old apartment. It was all wired LAN to get the highest speed possible. I'd like to avoid that, so I'm replacing all my Wi-Fi infrastructure with Wi-Fi 6. And although the router supports it, many of our computers don't yet, so I need to buy dongles, and I'm in the process of setting that up. But I have ample upload speed to, you know, bring you the highest quality shenanigans going forward. It also means I also have a new pen display. That's part of my hardware upgrades that I decided to invest. I needed a larger, better monitor anyway for a while. I only had the cheapest LCD monitors that you could find for like 110 bucks, something like that. They were all 1920 by 1080, and they were all 21 inch, and I had 3 of them. Or in fact, one of them was a 27 inch Mac monitor, and then 2 of these 1K monitors, and then 1 in the studio. So it's like this insane amount of monitors. So I thought, let's go and upgrade that to a larger one. I couldn't quite fork out into a 4K pen display, but I did decide to get the XP Pen Artist 24 Pro, and that is a 24-inch pen display, and they had an amazing deal on at Amazon just before Christmas for I think 650 bucks for a pen display. I always wanted one of those, and the cool thing is that's a larger monitor, so that's a 2K monitor, and I have 1 monitor off to the side now. And the cool thing about this is, in regards to desk space, it's good for me because I don't have to find space for my drawing tablet anymore. It's now basically integrated into the monitor, and man, does that make my work so much cooler. It's really nice. So you just use this as a large monitor. It's got a good high resolution, and the moment you want to make a change, like a clothing fix or mask out something in Photoshop, or you want to paint on some foliage in Unreal Engine, all you do is you take the pen and do it right there on the screen. It's really cool. And so it's a bit space saving, but it's also that sort of tactile feedback is just so much cooler. And I've done some testing with it. It's really nice. And then on top of that, I've got my 3 computers set up on a 2 monitor desk, if that makes sense. I'll show you a photo in due course. So it's my Linux PC for backups on the left, then my main PC workstation on the right, and then to the right of that is my Mac Studio, my Apple Studio Ultra M2, which will help me become the streaming computer going forward. And I'll be able to record a higher resolution for my videos. That's the plan, that's the update. And yeah, now we're kind of living out of boxes for a while, and yeah, it's all underway. And that was my update. I thought I'd let you know about this because, you know, I haven't been all that active here as I wanted to, because hey, days only got so many hours. I haven't forgotten about you. My main English channel is, of course, still as it was before, with sort of weekly, sometimes bi-weekly updates, or 2 uploads a week. That's what I'm trying to say. And 3D Shenanigans is like an if and when sort of upload channel. I'm trying to, in 24, so these are kind of my outlook for the plans for 24. I have so much to do. I'm still working on Heart of Mercy until the end of the year probably, which is taking up 3 days of work in my life, which is awesome. And then on top of that, I have some really nice collaboration projects and private clients that I want to work with, and that is something I need to juggle, because I think I currently have more work than I have time. Because then another thing, so that's something I want to juggle. But the other thing is that I want to get into products. I've collected so many ideas for products over the years, and I've just never had the time to make them. So some of them are clothing products, some of them are characters, and I want to release them on the Dash Store. That's the plan. And I think in so doing, I want to carve out 2 to 3 hours a couple of times a week during which I work on these things. And because my Twitch channel hasn't seen a lot of love, I'm thinking that's going to be a great opportunity to do some casual streams there, so you can look over my shoulder, see how I do it, and you know, we get to hang out and have a chat like in the good old days. So let's see if we can bring that back. Have a wonderful rest of January. I hope I'll see you in February. Take care. Bye bye.